Okay, good afternoon again. This is what I want to talk now very quickly. It's about why is IKEA so successful company? What is the essence of our business? And this is what we call the democratic design and the 5 dimensions of the democratic design. It's about the holistic way of doing things. We are not a retailing company. We are a production-oriented retail company who understands life at home. Go to the next. This is important. Many people, many companies can design a coffee table for 5,000 rupees. This is our lag table. The price in Europe is 5 euros, which is more or less 400 euros. So how can we make this possible? And this is exactly the essence of our business. Everything starts with the design. Everything is designed. How can we maximize the use of the raw material? How can we design for packaging, for better transport? How can we optimize the transport costs? How can we optimize the distribution? And this is exactly when we try to combine the 5 dimensions of the democratic design: price, quality, design, function, and sustainability. That's why we say either it's 5 out of 5 dimensions or we don't do this product. Sometimes we have the challenge that it's only 4 out of 5, and then a problem becomes an opportunity. We say, no, we stop, and then we keep working with that. If we go to the next slide, we are extremely focused in the way we use raw materials. We are, the biggest raw material we have in our range is cotton and wood. Then we are developing new raw materials. We are developing furniture made of the alternative products like bamboo, acacia, recycling items. But also we want to be confident that we use the current raw material in a good way. Because with big size comes big responsibility. And cotton, for example. Cotton today, we are working together with WWF in order to really launch the Better Cotton Initiative, which is less chemicals, less water, more gross margin for the farmers. And we are having 43,000 farmers in India that we are working with in order to really help them and help us together. And then today, by next year, 100% of the cotton that we use in the company will be Better Cotton Initiative. Or, for example, the next one, the wood. We are using a lot of wood, and we are leading, together with WWF, the FSC certification that wood has to come from sustainable forests. Then, this is one of the key secrets that we have, and it's the way we design products. You know what we do? We take our designer, and we take them to the factory floor. And we say to them, what can you do here? And they start with the capacity and the production techniques and the raw materials. And I tell you a couple of examples. You know where big part of our tables come today? From door factories. Because it's the same thing, flat technology, not vertical but horizontally. You know where we produce the bins, the rubbish bin, the metal ones? From companies that used to do metal containers for the paint. And then I have a very good example that I want to share with you. It's the fuse, how we have developed new products with existing capacity with suppliers. So we have a 1-minute movie.
We took them onto the factory floor to make their sketches, not as they usually do at their drawing boards. We also wanted to find materials and suppliers who do not normally make home furnishing products. We chose one country to develop in, and that was Poland. The desire to experiment, that's the important thing. To think differently. Take porcelain, for example. When you see the fuse, make associations, start to think about what it could be used for, how we could make a home furnishing product from it. Helene Johansson came up with this product.
Produkcja dla Ikei jest dla nas nowym doświadczeniem, ponieważ do tej pory produkowaliśmy tylko dla klientów przemysłowych.
This is an example where I try to say that we are not a normal retailing company. That's why we start everything in IKEA, having the designer in the factory floor and trying to find the best solution, the best production technique, the best raw material for a low price article. Then another key milestone in the way we sell and produce products is the next slide, please. Is the flat pack. And then I can tell you a couple of things here. You know, one of our top selling articles is a sofa called Hector Sofa. Imagine the amount of millions of sofas that we are selling worldwide on a truck. So it's a lot of CO2 emissions, and it's a lot of transport costs. So we said we are not happy with that. We need to change things. So we developed 3 years ago the same sofa with a complete different structure and different assembling solution. By doing that, we have got 2 sofas in the space that we used to transport one. So the consequence of that is less CO2 emission, but at the same time, we have reduced the price because the cost that we have saved, it doesn't go to our P&L, it doesn't go to our gross margin, it goes to a lower price. So this is an example that better for the CO2, better for the customer. Another example is a coffee mug. You know the handle. So you put the coffee mug in a pallet, and depending how you put, you cannot stack it fully. So we said to our designer, this is not good. Go to the logistic company, ourselves, our own logistic unit, and the designer, and they define a new solution by changing slightly the shape of the mug. So we achieved to get 80% more mugs in the same cubic meter, in the same pallet. Again, lower price and better for the customer and the CO2. But also, everything is connected with our retail store. The way that the retail solutions are defined in the store means that more than 80% of the product comes from the factory to the shop floor with no extra handling. So we optimize the whole process, and this is what we do with the designing. So if we go to the next, the customer is important. We are very proud to say that we save money by doing all these things, and then the customer we do our part, the customer does the part, and then together we save money. Of course, we offer home delivery, for assembling, pick-up delivery, we offer all the services, but it's happened as well that small items can be easily assembled by the customer, and the customer feels more proud and more intelligent because it costs less. And then at the end, of course, we are thinking about the end of the life. So we don't finish with when we sell the product to the customer. So by next year, and this is a massive commitment in the whole company, we're changing the whole thing. Everything will be renewable, recyclable, or from recycled materials. So we feel confident that at the end, it's still good for the nature. So this is what I wanted to say to you here, that the important thing is that you can do good business doing good things. We strongly believe that we can only do great business when we secure that we do good things in every step. In every step, from the designing process to the site location, to to the store location, and everything connected in one shot. And then to end up with a twinkle in the eye, in this online crazy world that we are, and we have online in many markets, and we do a lot of e-commerce in many markets, we also want to give a special attention to one of the most important marketing tools that we still have in the company, which is the printed catalog. And we do a lot of things online, but it's to show you that this is also part of
You know,
the process.
once in a while, something comes along that changes the way we live. A device so simple and intuitive, using it feels almost familiar. Introducing the 2015 IKEA Catalogue. It's not a digital book or an e-book. It's a book. The first thing to note is no cables, not even a power cable. The 2015 IKEA Catalogue comes fully charged and the battery life is eternal. The interface is 7.5 by 8 inches, but can expand to 15 by 8 inches. The navigation is based on tactile touch technology that you can actually feel. Content comes pre-installed via 328 high-definition pages of inspiring home furnishing ideas. To start browsing, simply touch and drag. Right to left to move forwards, left to right to move backwards. Notice something else? That's right, no lag. Each crystal clear page loads instantaneously, no matter how fast you scroll. If you want to get a quick overview, just hold it in the palm of your hand and using just your thumb, speed browse the content. If you find something you want to save for later, you can simply bookmark it. And even if you close the application, you can easily find the bookmark again. Amazing. What about multiple users? For that, we've introduced a simple color coding system to avoid confusion. If you want to share a particularly inspiring item, you literally share it. Another special feature is password protection, which is voice activated. Excuse me, that's mine. At IKEA, we feel that technology this life enhancing should be in the hands of everyone. So the 2015 IKEA Catalogue is free. You can download one from your mailbox, the one you open with a key. If it's not there, try refresh the next day. Or you can upload yourself to the IKEA store and find one there. Experience the power of a book.
We can do a couple of questions for Venture. By the way, when I saw the catalog, I mean, it's a fascinating thing because every time I go to the US, that's what we spend our maximum time and wallet share on, is to go to the IKEA store in Chicago. I was just hoping you will tell us the Indian prices in that book. So just for the sake of the Indian consumer, who are obviously looking forward to it, can you just give us insights into what are the plans in the short term? I'm sure the trade knows, but just so that whatever you say also goes out, how are you looking at India and how soon can the Indian customer get that experience going?
$1 million question. We are working in several aspects at the same time. On one side, for us, is the store location. Retail, we always say that the location is important. For us, location is paramount because these big buildings, one store is 500 crores, and it's a big destination in the whole city, attracting many consumers from many places. So we need to feel confident that it's going to last forever. We don't usually go to this short-term lease, and it's built and designed by ourselves. So the store location is key, and we always have to secure the metro connection. And if things are not right, we just wait. And this is important. We are a very long-term oriented company, and we only do things when we feel it's long-term right. The second aspect, we are working with the local sourcing. We are now working with, we actually are supplying from India, but we are now working with a lot of new suppliers in order to develop new categories. Not only textile-based products, also furniture-based products. And we are working with that right now quite a lot. So these are the two big things that we are working long-term. And then, of course, at the end of the day, it's about securing the good price and securing that we understand life at home. That's why we keep visiting home. Me personally have visited many homes, and then we try to understand a bit more how can we meet together our range and the needs, dreams, and frustration of the Indian homes.
So you obviously didn't want to give too much away about your plans, but I'm sure we'll keep hounding you with that question. But tell me, you talked about the secret behind Ikea'S success, but you're welcome to come to my home because you'll find a lot of Ikea product. But the question I have for you is, we've been talking about in the online space, the Indian customer is very price sensitive. We also look at convenience in some ways. But the kind of scale and size that you usually bring in with a store and then marry the price sensitivity on top of it, how challenging is it and how confident are you of achieving that success rate which you have achieved worldwide?
You know what, the good thing, I have been 2 years already in India. And together with our team, I strongly feel that the price sensitive does not mean the cheapest things, or it's about value for money. What I feel, talking with many Indians, it's so whatever is the price, it has to last. It has to be a good investment. And this is pretty much in line with our way of doing things. That's what I say, the 5 dimension of the democratic design fits perfectly with the Indian market. Of course, Indian market is providing a challenge when it comes to cost of transport, custom duties, local production, store location. But at the end of the day, these are things we need to work with because the essence is value for money. The essence is dreams at affordable price. And this is exactly what Indians are looking for. So I feel very positive about the future of IKEA together with the Indian consumers.
Fantastic. I'm sure Indian customers are too. Anybody has questions for IKEA? India, Suresh, go ahead.
The founder of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, despite being one of the richest men in the world, is a rarely interviewed, rarely photographed. He's somewhat of a mystery. Have you ever met him? Can you tell us a little bit more about the founder himself?
You pronounce the name quite rightly, Ingvar Kamprad. That's why IKEA is Ingvar Kamprad, Elmtari Gagunari, the village and the house where he was born. I have met him many times. Most of the time in the store environment. I have been a store manager in some places in the past. You start a walk with Ingvar at 5 in the morning. And he comes to the store, and you know what is the first thing he does? He said, okay, let's go to meet the truck drivers. And then I remember 10 years back, I was in Seville store, and then I was very proud to show to him that we had built in the unloading area like a kitchen living room for truck drivers. So by the time we are unloading, they are waiting. And then he said to the driver, does he provide scrambled eggs in the morning? I said, no, that you have to do, Juvencio, scrambled eggs for the driver, because this is the best way that they can run faster, and we can have products on time, and then we look after them. Then you finish the visit at 12 in the night, from 5 in the morning to 12 in the night, and he's extremely smart, talking with the people on the shop floor in order to understand what is going well or what is going wrong. So he's not active too much in the company, but he's still an important point of reference for us. So it's a lot of the values we have got comes from the way he did things. And he grew up in a challenging environment in south of Sweden, Småland, and he was coming from a very low economical level family. Hardworking people, down to earth, this is what we try to do in the company.
Fantastic. That's clearly a reason of success. Can I just take one more question? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Why don't you want to come on this side?
Hello, my name is Manoj. I have 2 questions. One is, IKEA world over, I think the products are more of do-it-yourself. And second is, I think in terms of delivery, IKEA charges a certain fees when you buy it in the US or something for a home delivery. So in a market like India, I think, are you planning to address these 2 issues? One is because, for example, if our parents need to buy something, a big thing like a bed, how do you plan to go about it? And second thing is that since everybody is delivering free, so do you plan to address this and adjust your thing in a market like India?
You said two questions.
First,
Yeah,
Okay.
do it, yeah.
Part of our concept is always to secure the lowest price in the market, always. And then we offer services all over the world. And then I used to work in UK before, and we offer all the services like assembling, pick-up delivery. You can do nothing but walking around, and IKEA does everything for you. We are actually doing this. We feel that now in India, this is going to be even more relevant. So we are doing this, but we want to do more of this because this is going to be relevant. And always securing the lowest price in the market. The important thing is that you feel that you can decide what you want. If you want to buy a small thing or you want to buy a big thing, then you can decide the way of shopping and then the amount of services you want to have, but always at the lowest price.
About the do-it-yourself part, the fact that Indians are not used to that concept, whereas IKEA products are in the do-it-yourself.
You know, two things I have comment with this. The first is what I have already said. So we feel that the services like assembling, a home delivery, pick-up service, pick-up collect, all these things will be even more relevant here in India. And we, of course, will do this. But you know what? I am Spanish, and IKEA came 1996 to Spain. And we're having the same type of feelings. So Spanish people are not going to do that, are very lazy people, all the services. That has happened in many markets. And you know what? There are a lot of self-assembling by customers because they are very proud. I was in Bangalore some months ago visiting a home, and then there was a customer who had bought some small chairs in Dubai store, and he had assembly by himself. He said, I feel very proud. And then, of course, kitchen, wardrobe, of course, that has to be properly assembled if you want. But I think both will happen here in India as well.
All right. One quick question. You want to quickly go to the mic?
The question he asked, in case someone have not heard, who is our closest competitor worldwide?
And don't say none.
And
don't say none.
You know, we provide a fun day out. You know what is my biggest competitor? A good sunshine day, go to the beach, go to the cinema. No, actually, this is not a joke. Of course, in some categories, you have more competitors than others. But at the end of the day, an IKEA store where you are attracting so many people and then it's a destination for the whole city, and then the big shopping mall want to be with us because the whole thing is at the end of the day, a fun day out. That's why we put so much attention in the family and looking after the family. And then we have some competitors in different categories in different parts of the world.
I think that answers your question. Good weather and good seaside is the competition. But Himanshu, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure the country is looking forward to welcoming IKEA into their neighborhood, if not in some other city. Because I know in the US, people actually drive to different cities where IKEA is to go shop and come back. But thank you. A round of applause for Himanshu, CEO of IKEA India. Good having you. Thank you.